welcome to another edition of the Salon Sports Show. But before that, let's just welcome me guest them na the show today. Welcome to the show, Emmanuel.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Magdalene, and to viewers out there on Akusha on Akaba on Adu.
Welcome to the show, Stylish Kamara Abdul.
yeah. Family Unakushe, Mina Abdul Karim Kamara, we commonly people call stylish.
All
Over there,
right.
this show.
Okay, continue for stay with we as we take a short break, and when we come back, we will talk a lot of issues we get for do with cycling. As the election will be happen on Thursday, be cancelled as other cyclists them being get for petition. We'll go find out why, and also we go look at other issues that we get for do with FC Cologne and Boeing as participation at the CAF Champions League and Confederation Cup. And the press release with Lions will issue out say they not ever deny or decline for participate, but then get one or two issues where they contact the FA for where they not reply them. So we will look into all of those and plus more on the transfer window as rumors that Ronaldo don't tell United for accept any offer, favorable offer we coming for him. We will look into that and all the rest of it. But let we take short break. All right, welcome back, welcome back. Please, if we share far and wide. All right, let's start with you, Emmanuel. Let we take the first issue before we come to stylish. Emmanuel, we see the two teams and now we already don't register. They don't do the registration for the CAF Champions League and Confederation Cup winner Bo Rangers and FC Cologne. But a lot of questions come with FC Cologne and the replacement of Easter Lang because we all know Senna Lions finished second. What do you make up of the process with regards the rumors over the go around that Lions say they need to take part because they know give them the second place or the runners up prize money as them be doing previously the other season where they be play where they get the second man money, but then denying that and say not just that happen now because the FA not correspond with them well.
Thank you, Magdalene. I think in that aspect, this na a misunderstanding or miscommunication along the line between Lions and that of the football body, na Salon, with SLFA. Because for make Lions, this league done it don't pass more than almost 3 weeks now, and the claim say they no get any legal documentation for proof say then decline from their participation in the CAF Confederation Cup. For me, it was like a shocking news because as soon as the competition done, CAF get a procedure like if you dey take part in the Confederation Cup, you should have done your entrance before the 30th of June. So it means that as soon as the league they end, the FA don't inform the second man say, "Paddy, you get for take part in this competition. Oh. So I need at least you 30-man list of players and for the reach we. Then you don't send them details and it to various clubs then. So if clubs they refuse for respond to the deadline when they don't get it, and then they refuse for participate, then they're not gonna have a choice because the CAF regulation gives if team refuse for participate, then they are replaceable by other teams. So I think that they give the FA the mandate, like, okay, since we're not able to come on board, then let we take on Eastern Lion, FC Calon. If then show interest for take them the sport. But to be sincere, I was a bit surprised, like for Eastern Lions, because they're not giving command money, so we not go take part. But and there was no official documents whereby like the right to the secretary of the SLFA that we are not taking part in these competitions. We not see any document for proof that yet. And if that not the case, like if there's something official for me, don't come up for Mr. Lions that they're not taking part. But they also have to take into consideration that these entries have a time frame. If the FA they communicate through by mobile phone or whatsoever means, then when unable to respond to the deadline, they have no choice but to replace sooner. So I think there was a miscommunication along the line. So we need false evidences from the secretariat whereby like the emails being sent to Eastern Lions and what we had a response being made. We make them take up shorter decision. But time was beyond our favor, and now the deadline don't pass, which was the 30th. So there's no way now I think that we'll be able to fix it because it's already done. Magdalene.
It's already done, but there are issues like where we say, and if you look at the question where people they ask why FC Calon, because you get the team we finished third and fourth, why they not take the space and then jump straight to FC Calon. You get other issues where the director of competition, when so Ibrahim can always say before clubs then participate into CAF competition, now you forget the club license where get certain team them criteria where you for meet before you able take part into CAF competitions. So with all them details there, people they look at and say what's not the reason why then decide for jump the third if the second man not take part but the third and the fourth man and go to the sixth club.
Okay, according to CAF regulations, Magdalene, and when a team like debunk or refuse for participate, then get a committee whereby then they set a committee. A committee they be set whereby team can be replaced. And the CAF follow say like subsequent positions of team. So like for say that it's proper like the third, the fourth, the fifth group will come into because if second man or no. It said teams can be replaced. So it make it very open that even if the second man not take place, if the fourth man or the sixth man fit enough for be replaced for replace the second man, the committee then to decide on that. Say, okay, we're gonna replace you that we thought fitting. Maybe FC Calon, first and foremost, FC Calon might have the facilities, might have the equipment, might have the tool for take part in the CAF. Remember, we go for travel overseas and the like. So within that committee, the agreement, then can choose, oh, okay, we look at the team more fitting for replace Eastern Lions might be FC Calon. So I think that was their conclusion with they use. Because if you go through the CAF regulation for for Confederation and the Championship, you get something they can state about then decisions in that for taken. Whereby one team comes out for replace with another team. I not tell we say the replacement for take place immediately the subsequent team or whether can second and third or fourth. No. You can replace her with another team whereby committee can sit and decide on whose team for replace. If the third man available, so with the come inside, then can come inside. But if the committee look at and say, no, third man not well fitting or take up the responsibility and the time, then they can talk to the fifth, sixth man. So, when I look well structured for replace we in this confederation, when I can represent we. That is for when nations and they send two teams. There are some countries that when only one team they only play the championship, no, they play the confederation. So for we they send both championship and confederation, then give it a privilege day for do that, as stated by the bylaws. Yeah.
All right. So going by the representation now, you think say we, because for a very long time we don't absent and we dey return to the CAF clubs, Champions League and Confederation Cup with two giant clubs in the country. You think say the representation is well placed, or there is more to be done in order for us to get a better participation, or for even go and compete, because we got to start from the preliminary stage.
Stage here. Yeah, and a million miles start from just one step, Magdalene. And no matter what in the happen with the league structure and the country, they're not for stop, we're not for take part. I think this not the way the clubs and they merit them. So because of waiting the boys and don't do, this is not part of the yearly planning that we merited to play this competition. And some of the when they play them competitions, and then they get exposed and other clubs and they see them out there. So whether we are prepared nationally or not, that not mean to say if I stop the competition for gone. Because there are cases whereby even like if you go through the CAF regulation, go tell you say even if you're not a defending champion, you go out of you refuse for participate, like in the league, they get like penalties and fines within the Guna. Like you go to like 2 years, they play the league and then get fines within then they put on you. So whether we prepare or not, hence we do qualified for play that tournament, the championship and the confederation, we are supposed to be represented. And so I made the committee to sit back and look, okay, now, okay, Lion and Bo Rangers, you are the champions. You're ready to go. So then we look at Eastern Lions. No, they didn't respond to that correspondent, or they were too late. I don't know what the secret there. So we look at FC Kano. Okay, they are maybe structurally set to represent us from the preliminary stage up there. So let's push in FC Calon. And I think from waiting we see being displayed from a league, we can do something, Magdalene. And this will help the boys. It's a motivation that football on begin playing our country. So if we're able to get what our team say they come outside the camp, the boys will begin take the waiting and they do very serious. That we are not wasting our time. And that cameras and over we hit whereby scouts and they begin get more attention over our leagues, and we go help with borders in for pushing career before.
Emmanuel, that's wonderful one. But let's just go to the letter where is the Lions, right? I think I get some now. They say I refer to your letter of 20th June 2022 in respect of the above subject matter, in which you requested our club to apply for participation in the CAF Confederation Cup. This request stems from the just concluded Sierra Leone Premier League, which we have as a club sought clarification from the SLFA and PLB regarding certain outstanding issues. In fact, we are copied in one of our correspondents. So this is not the letter that they say they write, they not reply them. And and other people they claim say now for the runners up money make they not take part. So that don't clear now, but technically and psychologically, how prepared I think so we did for return to CAF Club Championship.
And Magali, when I measure the level of with football, with the play now we country, trust me, we are ready. I can boastfully say that we are ready because even though we the car with that Leon Star, but me and you two can talk now corner. You see how the praise with home base players there. They're really trying. Some of them waiting and needed just this little exposure. And so the only way we borders are able to step up their games, that will begin giving the opportunity for playing the bigger stage. And that's going to make some man begin giving himself more hours in private training sessions. So I think the likes of Borough Rangers, Easter Lions, these guys are ready. But when they begin to take part in them competition, that's going to push them for being more ready. Because now when you begin test yourself, and then big stage, and you see your level. That okay, I need for add on this, I need for add on the, but like maybe when you just playing Sierra Leone, you might look at it like no. But the best that you go test the litmus now when you go out there and you go no say yes, okay, we are still not there, we need to be at this level. But for me, the way I measure, we are like we are getting there.
Okay.
We'll be able to play the championship and the confederation. We will get there.
All right, stay with us, Emmanuel. I'll come to you back. Let we join with other guests from the other end. We're Stylish. Stylish, welcome to the show once more.
Yes, thank you, Mag.
Okay, Stylish, you got to turn down the volume because at the other end.
Okay, better now.
Yeah. Okay. So you they represent the cycling association, and we'll be supposed to get to an election on Wednesday, on Thursday, 30th June, but the election will happen as people begin for protest. So tell me what's wrong.
Well, as you know, Salon our country, and of course, when you talk about cycling, one of the biggest stakeholder nowadays is cycling. So one, the Congress, I believe, say the one that we protest and petition, then do the right thing. You understand? Because when we talk about Salon, I know we just dey na Lonsaria or Freetown, I say Salon. We forget an inclusive Sierra Leone in terms of anything they do, we don't put the name Sierra Leone. If you want to do your own thing for Freetown, you do them. For Lonsar, you can do them. But hence they say Salon. If we be inclusive. Okay, so the protest, we me is very, very right for let them do them. One, the Congress, now a backyard Congress, when they don't want, let people like we know for see them for do them. You understand? Okay, in just 1 week, I see a letter come out, see then get Congress in the 30th of June. You understand? I begin see like Anthony Mania in the campaign and the others. And so you knowledge, you said say me na aspirant and I not still give up it on that position they say. I know they aspire again. So with that, and NOC, when are the regulating body in Aya, and NSA and the Ministry of Sports being called we all into a meeting, including the executive. They not go. You understand? The executive not attend the meeting and they not go, and nobody not gets back to NOC, NSA, and Ministry of Sports. So be knowing to the knowledge, and since after we attend that meeting day, the executive not come to we and tell we why they not attend the meeting and why they still hold on, will not hear it from them. One time, they just pop up, say, then they do Congress. And the Congress, all the members, them, where they na the list, the delegate list, na Freetown them base. You understand? Them base Freetown. Nobody outside of Freetown, not they na the delegate list. Lonsa, we na the biggest hub for cycling na Salon. You know, Dede. McKinney, no Dede. Kono, no Dede. Kono is very big nowadays as well, and cycling. It just gets one of big sponsorship. They not Dede. Bo no Dede. Kennyman no Dede. You understand? And these guys, we are all suffering the same. Konobo, Lonsar, and we are all suffering the same pain. Because like Kono, Lonsar, they spend a lot of money into cycling for develop the sport in the area. So if they do anything, you want to do Congress, you try to marginalize them in the Congress stage, but tell me, if you get the leadership, where can you put them? You don't even consider them. But in the future, you therefore can use them back for tell your success story. Because the likes of Lonsar, Kono, McKinney, they get money for themselves. They're able to fund their sponsorship. So you the association or the you know get Baku headache again for say they can't develop there because it meets almost then non-stand. You understand? So the protest, it was very clear that they not include they not include nobody in the provinces. Instead, what did they do for Lonsar? Then put two people in the list where we know how we about. Where me feel say na a fraud, we not sabi them, they're not a member. Then all about the Congress, that a hidden meetings and they do. Where you want attend as a member and they need agree. They begin say this Congress here, we dey go police go brutalize anybody who will not call. But this is a national business. And they got to be a fair play and give everybody the opportunity for make it get voice for say. But nothing like that happen. When you want attend meeting, they need agree.
Okay.
When you want talk,
So,
they need agree.
Abdul,
Yep.
you say David Cisse and Wilfred Kamara when Polako, not a member of the Lone Star Cycling family.
Of course, we don't know themselves. I'm the head of Lone Star Cycling, and I head the biggest cycling project now West Africa. You understand? We don't know them. We don't know them. We don't know them. And how you go put somebody from Lone Star who will not sabi, where all the members in Lone Star, the riders, and they under my own control? Tell me. We don't know them. And all the other people the way they see in that list from the list as delegates, they not ever take part in any cycling event. We not sabi them. You know,
So
waiting for cycling.
The entire 116 delegates now this in front of me, not to members of cycling.
Some are members that I know, but all the other members, the way they put, they're not a member. We don't know them. We don't know them. Waiting about cycling, we make it very hard. The process of the Congress of Cycling involve the riders, which is very bad. You understand? The process of involve the riders. Example like football, how did they make them Congress? You understand? They need to involve the footballers that are the country. Then they involve few stakeholders them when are heads of clubs, heads of region, where they take partner in Congress. But now the cycling constitution they talk about say riders and get right for votes. It makes everything hard and expensive. And all the members and all the riders where they put, we don't know them. Some of them we don't know them. We don't even know them. And Lone Star is more senior than all of these other guys where they put. You understand?
So looking at the guys because you get people from Cambia and Lunge.
Mm-hmm.
You think said those are also not members?
Magdalene, we don't know them and they are not member. And for the past 15 years, when we don't take na cycling, they never take part in any cycling event. Okay, for example, the Tour de Lone Star, when are the biggest tour in West Africa. I believe say if you're not a cyclist, you go feel so much pain if you not take part. Nah, the Tour de Lone Star in a tour like Tour de Lone Star, we don't ever see them. We not see them. We don't know them. We not ever see them. But they bring them in because certain folks and come on at that end for let them capitalize membership for switch their own comfort. You understand? Then the other thing about the protest. Okay, now the Congress, the executive. You get two main executives when are Curtis Johnson and Emile Tanya-Luke. Emile Tanya-Luke they run for president. Then Curtis Johnson they run for secretariat. Now then they do everything. And I don't believe say the other executive then they in line with themselves. Then they do everything on the hidden for let them maintain their own position, which is bad. You can do but try to be transparent. Don't lie to us. Tell us the truth. Open a fair playing ground for everybody so that everybody will get right for take part in the process. But nothing like that they happen. Curtis Johnson and Emile Tanya-Luke, they are running for their same position and they want to make sure they pull everybody where they feel say in favor of them for let them maintain their own position. Okay. You understand? Okay. So this is the big problem.
All right, Stanley, stay with me. As you don't mention Emile Tanya-Luke in name, we get an interview or do let's just view this interview,
yeah, okay.
And we will come to you back.
Yeah.
current Assistant Secretary General for the Cycling Association at Salon, and it has started for the presidency for the Cycling Association. You can introduce him, sir.
Yeah, I am Emil Lee, and I'm the present Assistant Secretary General Sierra Leone Cycling.
Okay, Mr. Emil, we made to understand say the election for commence on the 30th of June 2022, when a Thursday, but we not see nothing like that happen. What cause the reason why make the election be commence on that particular date, sir?
Well, it's a bit lengthy. So first of all, I will start with the Constitution. The Constitution detail we say in Article 2, it says it shall, Sierra Leone Cycling shall plan and organize cycling events of all levels nationwide, grant license to organize such events. So if anybody they come for organized cycling, now we, nobody else, any other thing somebody they do out of we knowledge, they should be, at least stopped or asked them for ask with permission. You understand? Waiting I feel say affect this the elections is a letter from NOC we then sent to we the 11th hour, 2 days to Congress will be non-state the date.
Okay.
They say they not will recognize we and then a couple of other affiliates, NOC, NSA, and the rest not go recognize we. For if we make this Congress, they not go recognize the results. But for we not take and say and stop or block the Congress. We don't talk to membership. We get for give ear to NOC, with respect. We get for listen to them, waiting make them say so. Inside the same letter, then talk about a few things about meeting we they invite we to we will not go, and also then talk about members then we now them petition the elections. So we want for no, because me they feel to say if NOC get that information, say people them petition, then can petition, then we don't call we long time and say before the election, because don't put it say so people then come to we what do not think or can verify that them people there then a real member before now they go ahead with an election. You understand? They did nothing like that. So I mean, for this last minute, then just grab currency, they don't recognize and all this and all that. And we've been sending them all our letters as we proceed to Congress. We don't give them all the information we necessary for give to them.
Okay.
Despite, let not forget, say back inside this very same constitution, it says the Sierra Leone Cycling Association executive shall decide the date, place, and time for election. Not to nobody for do and for we. Now we for sit down as an executive and decide that, So elections is solely our own, not anybody else's. Yeah.
Okay, so we need to understand say some other cyclists them protest against the election. What thing are the reason for them protest? What them do?
Well, the cyclists that we protest, I know we not really know yet who done are them cyclists as they say. When we expect NOC before call we first, or before don't call we earlier, or before even tell them people and they say una don't late to them people they are need for going with them Congress, not to this last minute to work out the protest letter. You understand? But we don't really know them yet. But I just feel so when they get certain small hiccups during verification, we certain people and they will be call them and tell them, say let them verify during the verification because they say they not go do them because they may not pay money to the previous president and then a member. We been call them and tell them and say, okay, when I go meet the previous president and go talk to them, let it give una the list of people the way say pay to them and the money. Let una bring and come. Let can sit down and let find the way out. They didn't do it. They say they not go do anything so far. So it was just like then they disrespect the leader where the international cycling body don't put in place saying for lead we to Congress because the president him don't resign. So I mean they just they try for disrespect the executive at that point.
Okay, one get this clear to the people out there. Then people then cyclists where they protest against the election. And they part of the association.
Well, nothing not been for prove that. Really. Now when they count without a verification there or whatever money we then say they go pay to the president, then the treasurer they when are in the looking sign book and I in the know who that's for votes and who that not for votes, who that's get the rights for be a member and who that not get rights for be a member. That treasurer they did. So once them if you don't do that, the treasurer can't check. The treasurer if you don't verify them. So even me I don't get rights for talk say they're a member or they're not a member. You understand? But as I say, they didn't go through due process and they neglected and they were being very, very violent against it.
Okay, so why you feel say the NOC delay the election for commence on Thursday, the 30th June 2022?
Well, the NOC, waiting them do so, I mean, it affects not just me or the riders. That delay, they wouldn't delay. I don't know if now whether for bringing people in there on board or not, where we don't pass that stage. Now we get the association, the RONAM at this time, and we don't go through all the processes as per constitution. They can't take us back. You know, we don't reach this point for make Congress, we don't do all the things that we necessary for do. NOC la advise una or la enlighten una should only be an observer to our elections. There should be no third party interference. It in our constitution, it in our mandates. You understand? See, nobody else, not the rule for the worker inside, we who can, you know, can speak with authority inside with Congress. Yeah.
So as an executive members, what's the step we don't take so far?
Well, so far, we respect NOC, we respect the other affiliates. Now that they make we pause, really. I mean, because, I mean, they don't actually say then they stop with Congress. Then say there are certain things they are not satisfied with. So we are pausing for a while. We want to understand them how they say they're not satisfied with. You understand? We give them the respect, you understand, for let us see. We look up for let them call we. We don't write them a letter. We wait for let them call we and go show we them people here or tell we waiting they're not satisfied with. You understand? So we don't write them a letter on that.
Okay. So any plan dates for the election or on a still here that's to some of the petitions?
Well, we're not planning dates for the elections yet. But we plan for get re-election. Nothing is going to change it. We are destined to it. You understand? So, I mean, we will get a meeting today. We will talk to membership and we'll deliberate and decide on the date for elections.
Okay. So with all them things that will happen, you still want consist for the presidential election?
Of course, I don't been cycling for 35 odd years. I don't ride bicycle, I know it's in italic, I know the pains. I don't buy kits, say I don't become a coach, then I don't, you know, I've gone through the ranks in cycling. I get cyclists them and clubs where they try for grow right now. So there's so much investment I've done in cycling. I will tell you, say the club way, you know, in our constitution, say we as executive members, now we for try for push for club cycling. So I've been taking upon me for link up with the club where are the sponsor the riders them and do all the things. It's a lot of money. So I mean I don't achieve a lot out of it and believe say this side where I don't reach now I make a go out for the presidency. Yeah, so I will continue for do that.
So how confident you feel say you go win where you go take part in the presidency election?
Well, elections is not about you just grab one money and say this election non can contest I will win. You say get for what you say. Yourself get for be true to yourself. You get for speak true to your heart. Say, I mean, how much have you done? Have you done enough for let you attain Dandy? For the radio side, I ride for years. And I make me unique. All man get unique with me. And I come into the executive. I don't serve for years, 10 over years. Now I don't serve now the executive. You understand? So I believe say all waiting I don't do. I believe say I go attend the presidency. Yeah. But notwithstanding, for the boys them also, I always they talk about them. We get to understand say people then they travel out in the name of cycling Sierra Leone. People then they go represent country them in the name of cycling Sierra Leone. Where I mean it's appalling for level to hear that then we now the main stakeholder, we as per constitution I say now we for organize and give license to people who organize cycling. We don't understand, we don't know who side this they come out. You understand? And we get to know say certain affiliates there and the inside this thing where they allow people for travel out of country or out of the country under the name of cycling. You understand? So that brings me back to this constitution where we talk about. You understand? All that recognize them. I believe say it is recognized by the government of Sierra Leone, they don't license we. You know. So all these things make, you know, it can make man sometimes they feel down for the presidency. But I believe say if I go there, a lot will change.
Okay.
You understand? You see, all these things I want for let God give me the opportunity for sit down there and make these things change.
Okay.
Yeah.
With all the things where they happen at the association for the election, how that if you say I'm get the delay?
Well, I'm not going to point finger directly at anybody NOC NSA, but I will tell you say it's a combination of a lot of things since the past regime, where the president been doing, na in the handle putting 1 grain, na in the tower for this, na in 1 grain at treasurer, na in 1 grain at secretary general, na in 1 grain they go meet affiliates, you know, they agree for the executive members and join them in such meetings. You understand? Until they don't make certain people then feel to say now they get cycling, now they in that presidency get cycling. You know, so now these things they bring a lot of hiccup now. Certain people then just feel to say now their own cycling with that very past president, so they no one for listening to anybody we don't come on board right now. Yeah.
I don't want to leave you without an ask you this one question. I'm waiting a last message where you get for cyclists them, where at least they're eager for this particular election.
Well, do please sorry. So what thing I will say, the last one I will left to them is I don't want to let them lose hope, such as much as me say not lose hope for the past 35 years. We said don't go through waiting that they go through, and we are ready and we are going through it with you guys, and that's how I say. And we're ready for go to with una and not give up till things change. So it's painful, cyclists, you know, there's a lot of money, you guys, and a lot where una family self can say. You dey crash, you dey get problems na road, you dey try for buy kits. There's a lot when it comes to cycling. I'm aware about that fully. But we dey advise that una just keep the fire burning. It will change. We don't pass the crossroads. We're in at the finish line. And for long just cross the finish line now. So now just hold on to that and when I look for a few weeks or months to come, we will settle Congress.
Okay, that's not the voice of Emil Taniliuk, we na the Assistant Secretary General and himself one for contest for the presidency. Be the talk and stylish you do with we? Stylish?
I do too. Yeah, I do.
All right. So you don't hear what Emil say, as you mentioned in name earlier, where you be the talk say now one of the people there where they delay the process and want for do some, get some hidden agenda because they contest as well for the presidency position. So what do you make up of in interview where you do and some of the word the way is saying statement them at the interview? Hello, Stylish. Okay, with all of Stylish, Emmanuel, make I come to you. The issues about sporting discipline, always having issues about election, especially when coming to elective Congress, a lot of issues can happen, and this don't date back from around 2016, 15, where the Cycling Association
16.
begin for Fed, until this time they're not able for all the election.
Yeah, Magdalene, and this is very disappointing when it comes to what sporting discipline in our country. And we don't see where people like they forget about the passion of the sport. They only they look about the positions. Because if you are really sincere for serve, then it means that you get for be diligent in waiting you to do. And we see it in the cycling association don't go to from 2014, 2016, from the days of Mr. Crowder, where Madame Mama French was the vice president here, and Parsley come in and the council. Is it Parsley? Yeah, Passy.
Passy Nicholson.
Passy, yes. Passy Nicholson also come in. And still the problem not be resolved. We still get factions within the cycling association. And at the end of the day, when they suffer are the cyclist, the innocent athlete. We then don't take this as a career, as a way for develop their life and their families. But then life, not then destiny, then they end up for jeopardize. But all centered around, if you look at the same Johnson who was the secretary by then, still a part of this organization, still a part of this cycling committee. And all it is centered around is about this constitution. And if you go through the cycling constitution and get a mandate, I remember by then that once you are a registered and top cyclist, you have a voting right. Yeah, I remember by then that argument didn't be gone. Once you're a registered period up
cyclist,
you have a voting right. So if you're a registered and paid up cyclist, I can't vote. My name not in a list. You can't alala. So I think they should have fixed that aspect first before then they think about election. Whereby they should have done election like by team, like by clubs. Clubs as like delegates, two delegates or one delegate. Like the northern region, the southern region, whatsoever. If not by clubs, it's okay. Voting should be done by clubs that are registered and fully paid.
Correct
then
idea.
It'll be very easy for makeable man-shot elections. But if you play the number of cities and the way they in our country, they're plenty, Magdalene. How many of them go tell you, say, yes, I'm fully paid and registered? How you go to verify that? Because that's why you have the Secretary General. You should be able to verify. You have the data. Every paid up and fully registered cyclist, you should have the data of them. I mean, the technology on the go, it's a data system. It's a recurrence. When you are done, you roll over to your next page. So whatever it is, you just reference check. And all the registered they have a number. So if you want to check for Mr. Kamara, you don't need to type in Mr. Kamara a number. Details in paid in the register. So if you go into Congress, a one can for can vote, you just print out the registered names of cyclists. You present them towards the committee where they conduct the election. It's as simple as that. But if this is a African problem, even should done it by clubs and representative will are delegate, then the election will be simple.
Okay, Emmanuel, let us come to Stylish now. Stylish, I'll be trying to forget you before we you go out of the show. But tell me what you think about Emil a statement we make na the interview. They talk about
As I
people that were not to members, one for take the bull by their own, the one that we protest, they say they're not sabi them, not to members them. So tell me what you make up of their statement in there.
as I dey tell you this now, I think that what I really talk, Emmanuel, you hit the point. You hit the point. It's like in my mind you speak. I'm telling you. But 35 years, the man say you don't want cycling. See a new cycling, you don't even get a website, you don't even get a Facebook page. It's a shame, 35 years. They want one for presidency. Whose data we don't show we say now this you don't do. Looking at Lonsal, check it out. Lonsal Cycling. It's a club, but well structured and professional. You understand? On the Congress area, the man want to be the player, the man want to be the back. The man want to be the match from the corner. This is very simple. The man want to stand, people give up in position, everything. But we don't pass that level, they say all the suggestions they are the camp. Athletics, when big pass and cycling and salon, they run the Congress with an intimate body, right? With an intimate body. So they look at them one successfully. Same thing for cycling. We need an intimate body, but we are tired of Emil and Curtis Johnson. You understand? They have no data for cycling, nothing else. Even a laptop, they not get up for show you say that if data this, what they show you say this cyclist, this time member is registered from 1990. This no, they are just claiming things for the sport, and they are killing cycling. They are killing cycling. And now Sierra Leoneans, I think agriculture, we need to looking at example because I need to be an example. You for be an example. If you want to be cycling president, never looking at what you done, or if you want to stand for any position, what have you done? Whose platform you don't create? Employment platform. So, what's my culture to me? We need to lead by example. You know, so it's very hard telling like we on the private side and as a Sierra Leone in general, we spend thousands of dollars, thousands of millions into cycling. And cycling is very expensive. One grain bicycle they cost $5,000-$10,000. You understand? The more you waste time, the more things, not only football. 22 man, they play one grain football. But along with 22 ride bicycles, not 22 bicycles. You see how expensive it is? Even if you buy them bike and they want 1 million, it is so expensive. But the only thing, we get big opportunity than football. Because football only get 1 stadium, 2 stadiums, that's alone. We get so many routes for ride. Even in our bush,
Yeah.
we are with the
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so Stylish, this issue don't they go on and on and on. And you know, one possible like you they do well in your own corner for develop the sport. Now the province from Lonsa, Kono, McKinney, they do your own bit for make sure say the sport develop and you take a worldwide. But there's this statement where can come from members of the association that Stylish not a member. You have a clear this for me?
I'm a member. You know, a member. You not remember how now they accept the membership done award them, accept them. I don't do things with Sierra Leone cycling. I don't support them nationally and internationally. I don't support the association of itself. Then it's just because of I see that I know they get good, but still I know they relent. I still a push. Because for the first time,
Stylish, when you become a member of cycling.
Join cycling in 2013, and the same folks them when they say me to member, now they bring me into cycling.
Yeah, because when I ask you this, I think I meet you in 2013 Lunge in the Kafula on top, where you be able to do the stylish something, I video you and take interview with you and all. So at that point, you not be registered member or you be just go observe.
I be fully registered. To be frank enough, when I register, the day I sabi cycling association, and the day I register, then I register.
Who are you registered to?
Yes, I register to directly with the president, and the president he introduce me and transfer me registration to the executive. You understand? I meet him because he was my first introduction. When they introduced me to them, I meet him and I say, oh, because cycling was just a routine sport in Freetown. Nobody knows about it in the
Yeah.
provinces because it's expensive. It is very hard to take it otherwhere. So like when I meet crowd, I tell them, say, me na this, and they run the biggest cycling project in Africa. He say, wow, we need to have you. So straight up, he take me to the executive, introduce me officially, and at the first day when they take me now, you will meet up to. You understand?
Okay.
All the
Yeah.
good work
And a lot of things happen on that day na Lunge because I still
Yes.
remember you and Miss French when I began for Olon because by then they do the tour, you they do his style, Miss French can for pulling at the track. So now the first time I sabi you, and I see I see this young man. So it can beat me imagination to me. Some people can say style is not to remember. So I can remember way back to 2013. But
That's how
anyway, now so Salon Sport Politics Day, you know, you get for player well. So tell we now, what are some of the reasons they're waiting now on a protest, on a petition letter on a sent to the NOC because the NOC don't stop the election. And according to Emil, it say NOC na third party interference. They not get no right for the election and just for go observe.
from the international body, then give NOC the full right on make them support and look over the process. I can send you the letter from the international body.
Yeah.
A hidden letter.
Yeah.
Because I'm open I would send and share it to all the members. I have that letter. So this particular case, not a third party interference. I think saying that they oversee as a national body, right? After then you talk about NSA and Ministry of Sport. But in this particular
But
situation of cycling, NOC has the full right, and for any complaint who will get, you understand? Majority carry the vote. And we are many. I'm talking about Kono, Lusa, Kenema. These are all die-hearted people. I didn't talk for satisfy myself. But when you talk about cycling, they are spending their money. They connect. You know, we need connectivity. That's the they don't pass. So one great thing I preach on for Sabia all over Salou will make me a Saradinia. So now like that. That's the point.
Okay, so stylish now we don't reach to this point where they don't put the election to hold. We don't know when the election will happen. So waiting now una the situation or waiting that the team una want for settle before una think say this election for go on. All right, we don't lost stylish. I see we get a lot of cyclists them now the comment section where they comment and somebody Anthony they say there are a lot of insincerity from the panelists that they talk about stylish. Well, let we go and see if we're able to talk to Anthony quick. Anthony Colby. Anthony Colby and have you seen at the show? Emmanuel, like we say, you know, sports election, past national election, but people are not know the time confusion waking day. Oh my god.
yeah.
But anyway, Emmanuel, waiting that you don't take because we'll be able to talk about the process itself and from Musa don't come out to they now up to this time, no headway. So as a sport person yourself, what do you think about this? And we see cyclists the way now be A-grade cyclists, they don't turn veteran now, the Augustine, the Suleiman
Yeah.
Ba landlord, the Eli Gaba, you know, those are cyclists where we are now be A-grade cyclists them. But they like today now they look at saying coaching and they coach other people them. If the people there they coach, then they go no side. Then just talk salon, no competition because they don't want to do election and then they keep on fighting all the time.
And Magdalene, this is a big disappointment to humanity. We not get for land for live then carry and teach each other than we are. People are called to lead because then things you go serve in sincerity. But with the seeing with different sporting institutions in Sierra Leone, people are not seeing in sincerity. This is what is happening now. And it kill destinies. And some man, judgment get for fall on their heads there. Because these are things the way people in the sacrifice all they have. And if you take a look, Magdalene, even I if you don't be careful, one game bike, they buy motor car this country. It's very expensive. So cycling not a cheap, like very expensive. So all is back to the National Olympic Committee. Because I remember from the days of Mr. Kauda, the CSC been give a letter where it mandates the NOC, the Sports Council, by them for make them oversee the election. I think by if I remember, Sanko was the deputy minister. See one of the elections.
Yes.
we even the part in that. Yeah. So this issue should have already been solved, because if they be able to fix the constitutional part of cycling, because we watch for put up candidates, Magdalene, whereby not so by clubs, it's very difficult. Because that may observe that election, that may be noticed. If you make the delegates open, anybody can manufacture delegates. You self know the sport in politics.
and the thing is, you get over 500 to 600 cyclists when you think about the veterans and the active riders all over the country. That's one. Then if you think about person that normally they ride bicycle every day, we go tell me they ride bike. Then you get past you get past 1 million cyclists in the country. So now everybody, if I can't pay no more, I qualify.
That is it. And it's wrong. It should not be like that.
So this is the point where some cyclists that we don't raise concern about getting club cycling, whereas in the club cycling, they'll go be represented by delegates instead of you get people where they just come vote because of me a member, they ride bike and all.
Exactly, Magdalene. If that be don't be the approach where they don't use. Remember, since then, if I don't have that part of the constitution, the clause, whereby voting should have been done by clubs, and then they generate, each club go send 2 delegates. So it could be very easy. So everybody will get what we call inclusion. So if you get 6 clubs from the East, you send your delegates and come, and then they are fully registered, paid up, they can't then vote. That will be going to be very easy. But this is what is happening now. It's just so scattered all around. At the end of the day, they're chaos. They're not able to get to leadership and then carry out. Because at the end of the manufacturing plenty delegates in for go vote, and which is wrong. And when the election done, the one the way they really do the sport, and then they end up for suffer. We cannot continue for live like that, Magdalene. You see, we brothers and they suffer when they do sports. They are not idlers. This is a career. We see how cycling they change the life, how sport they change the life of people. We get from busy with what we do.
And the worst thing of it all is the cyclists, they are very much divided. They're very much divided. You get cyclists we're still loyal to the past, the former president. We're in a force the first of all left the association. The international body when UCI, Union of International Cycling, being get for force and for let's say for resign. And again, young boys that were still loyal to him. You get the other boys that were still loyal to the Curtis Johnson and the rest of the other executive. Then you get to other cyclists, then I don't know side and day. They were this committee today and they were Yana they. So it's very much divided, and they know they see eye to eye. Even on WhatsApp group, they will make plaba cost themselves just because of this politics. And the truth is, this politics is like cycling. Don't they take some cyclists that don't born pickings over the whole 6-7 years now? That's the effect for get a change for Silda go come and take over from the West Indies crowder.
And mainly, I think this thing is signal. Cycling an Olympic sport. So this is a wake-up call for the National Olympic Committee. This is like their parent bodies. They will also oversee sporting disciplines and activity. They may mandate. I think they should have they not set an interim body will be the lead then to election. If we're able to try for first and foremost fix the constitution of cycling and like then get something like a unity conference whereby you bring all the stakeholders in, the past, the present of cycling. You get a conference, you bring them all together, and when I revisit that constitution and talk to the stakeholders that we cannot continue like this. If we continue like this, we get plenty of people away destiny will put at hold and at stake. Then we revisit, then we put this delegate business into clubs. And we go back and register all we athletes into various clubs. When we don't fix that, we go come back and forget an election. That could be very easy. But the way things scatter, so NOC really need for step up. And the National Sports Council, these are the jobs that they need for to do. Because youth and life they at stake. Authority, yeah. These are what they should be doing, Magdalene. But what is going on? What is going on? Why are they being endorsed by Parliament? It's a wake-up call for them. If it continues so, then I think cycling will continue for them in a big trouble. So it's in similar thing that happen in athletics again. How we go always get factions? It's undone in sport. At the end of the day, Magdalene, when they go to sport administration, they spend almost $1,000. They go conferences and they come. What are learning from them causes the way they go do.
All right. Okay, stay with we. Emmanuel will come talk about salon players them abroad, and we brought out the way clubs then they show interest for and see how the summer transfer they go. But Stylish, you don't come back. Before you they go, Anthony Bangura, when a member of the Cycling Association, former rider, they say there are lots of insincerity in the interview between the panelists. Cycling get plenty issue we need for be ratified. You have to agree with them or you go disagree? Because isn't a one person
Well,
you don't.
It already done at the hard facts. There are issues, lots of issues. The word issues, he is right to say they should be clarified before Congress. There are lots of issues. You understand? And if they're not clear, I don't believe so we'll get Congress in that clear way. Even if we get the Congress, it will be that kind of Congress where if you say we forget, because there will be complaints. But there are issues. He's right to say that. He's right to say that.
So what's another issue there? What's another issues apart from paid-up member or club
paid-up members? Salon we then at the 21st century nowadays. If you talk cycling membership, go all 1990 something paper just can't put on. We need a comprehensive data in the computer, in the website. If Sierra Leone Cycling get website, we need to see everything they professionally, but there is nothing professional from these guys. You understand? Not the Secretary General no go give one data. Na pass it say Anthony Mania a member, Stylish not a member, Magdalene a member. There is no data. We professional, nothing professional. Where it tell me say it go put before me for convince me say na this. If they talk about say it all right 35 years, now we will not know. But talking about them about the way take part the Tour de Lonsa this year. We take part the Tour de Lonsa this year. You see the website, we update and put everything. It is there. Now in then call at least we try for be professional.
Yeah.
But there is nothing to show. Nothing to show. Nothing to show. So me idea, you as a media person, you self get a part to play on this. You understand? Me, I dey cry for an interim body where they lead me to Congress. But Emil Tanyaliuk cannot be the player, then be the referee. You understand? Even Mani, I know a contest.
They come to you back. We don't get Mania online. Hello, Anthony.
Okay.
Yes, Magdalene. Good afternoon.
Anthony, they follow the show, and one party people there with a member of the association, a former cyclist will ride not only for your club but also for the country, and now you have for contest for presidency. So tell me what you make up of the election will not happen at all.
Yes, though they called me the break, but I think say I pick up some of the talk. Yeah, the thing is we're not happy about the election will not happen because we be all already done the in readiness to go by the election and go contest, whichever go contest, and make sure say the election we try for done with this whole saga where they happen as cycling association so that we're going to move the association forward. You know, but it really sad way we get information say how election not go hold because some meeting and be don't be called and because of this and this reasons, this and this will not be way we need to put in place. So we really not just sweet anybody for things like that. Go on. People they use their energy, finance, resources, and everything. But at the end of the day, when we go very close, then everything just be a setback. Then things just go beyond back. See the car, mobile.
All right. So
you understand?
Yeah. So Anthony, people and petition now that make them stop the election. So them people they have a petition according to Emmy Taniluk. It's not to member them of the association and not sabi them. What thing you think about them people they are? You aware about them and then get right for petition?
Well, what me go say to the general executive, if somebody petition, then if you say you know say 100% say this person not qualified, this person not a member, I believe say what you do, you sue that person to court. As the executive, they sue the people into court and let them go show let them go show clearly to the public or to the courts, waiting make them qualify, waiting qualify them. You understand? This is simple. If you think say this person not qualified, take them. You understand? Because we don't say all kind unfortunate things that happen just because of careless reasons. So if we really or the executive really serious for take action and make sure that we set everything to lay everything to rest, take the people and they to court. The one the way you know say now then the petition, where after where you don't the executive don't put money together or the association don't put money together and don't spend for make sure say don't print materials, don't print all necessary documents. For them can say to this 4th hour, 5 minutes, then when I short when I can create take them to court and let them go show what to qualify them. If they're not qualified, then the court can take necessary action. Otherwise, then they set them aside. If SF win, if they don't win the court matter, then simply it can be easy. Then call the council and the election gone. Who that for contest? The association is like another like I said, they're not serious about anything. They're not taking anything to serious. And they waste people in time. Even we where they go campaign, we where they aspire. We they pay money for print materials, we they pay money for go campaign, we got to go do outreach to different places, we got to even go to the province and different side them. So it's really sad for things like this they go on, we just go from bad to worse.
Okay, so this Unalonde panel over 6 years now, and anytime when the election can near, is either somebody
from 2014.
Is either somebody petition or somebody somebody no do the right thing way for do. So una as cycling members, because una get about 116 people na list where they release. What una they do now for make sure say una put the one that we concern for make sure say election right, let the election be done.
No, I think say it don't reach that stage where soon we go hold placard, go to the necessary authority and go and go for frustration about this whole thing also because then they send the association don't they stand still for over 8 years and nothing not gone. So cyclists then they suffer people and way, then they don't almost guide and career out. Just because of people and selfishness and greed, we still lay into this kind of fight. Everybody want to become this, everybody want for that one dandy. You know, it really sad and it really not treat somebody. We really need to try for put stop to this. So we don't reach that point where we go definitely for revolt, and then we take placard and go whether to NOC or to the Ministry of Sports or to Sports or to NSC, and make sure say we tell them waiting now we own frustration about this whole thing, because people in the waste money.
Okay. So
And it's not nice. People wasting money for no reason.
I can remember at one time you served as Assistant Secretary General at the executive, and you know the membership. You think say the guys from Lonsal, Connor, and McKinney now direct members, or they impersonate?
Well, to me, I know ever handle the delegates list. But one thing I would say, during my tenure, where I serve as Assistant Secretary General, I not be ever see list where gets any of the names. I not go say they not ever pay money. I not go say they not ever be member. But I not ever see the name. And list where we get for deal with voters. Even at that time when we go into the Congress 2016, when they vote we in, I not be any of the names, and then none of them not been go vote. They're not been get voting right at that time, and nobody not been give them. In fact, and then the crowd is supposed to contest that same election. The same crowd where they say then give money. So I don't know why up till this take crowd after even where he come out, where he can say back in means we use. But the bottom line, why you not be don't bring this money come forward? The same way a call where they come and bring a kind side back. Why you not bring this money and hand over them to the treasurer? So in one of the bossing we creates the chaos, the problem that the association. Then because by now from that 10 till now, from then 2013, as Stylish they claim say they don't pay you money. The association by then not been there in any shamble. Everything be gone. They of them be the plan for get Congress by then, but why can't not bring the money by come up and hand over them to the treasurer? Say then people have been giving me money, but you not be available. And because you not be available, I be hold on to the money on your behalf, and later on I don't carry the money, the money. So if you hold on to the money, not give the money, then until this day, then I don't think say them people need them pay the money. Because if you pay money, they think say they disenfranchise you from your right, where you think say you get right for vote, then I believe say if you don't go for your money. Okay. If the executive or if the one way at the treasurer, you know, will get the money, then they're not going to tell you say you're a member. Nobody not going to feed anybody for say you're a member just because you can't threaten me or just because you can't stop election. No. If you don't pay your money, bring your money, come back and can't contest. And there I remember vividly there was a time, sometime I think early this year or last year, where during then send away that time Tanges Bidena Stadium, then call say the people to go verify the membership. And I understand say none of them not been good. I understand say none and they not been good. Because the name not been there, now at least because what's in the qualify you for let them take your money for go verify. You get for make sure say you belong you get that your old membership card where you name them that all list the members in this. So if you don't know the all under, then if you say you don't go pay money to Crowder, then Crowder not bring your money come forward, then I don't think say you get to hold anybody responsible. It's either you go to the association, Crowder where you give you money for your money, or you find where you sort things out. But I don't think say all this way happens so right now the right thing they happen. Okay. People ain't never call space. Let me be hypocrite to yourself. You understand? I don't decide nobody because even me, even Curtis in the contest. I mean the contest against Emil and Vincent. You understand? Yeah. So I don't get nobody who I decide. I talk about me on side and sincerely, what's me think about myself. You know, so that's it.
Okay, thank you very much, Anthony, for where you joined me. Stylish, yes, you want to say something.
Okay, Anthony, I got a question for you.
Unfortunately, Anthony not good. So what do you have to say?
Anthony say Stylish or Losa or whatever, not to remember, but why they can pay we? If they can pay people, they will not remember. It's funny. It's funny. The campaign people don't know to remember. The biggest problem, like Losa is big in cycling. The more they talk to you, I'm the most popular candidate, and they afraid for going at the ballot box with me. So they defend all kind of way for kick me out. You understand? Popular in a sense, it's not for my popularity, it's for the nice work that I'm doing. For the nice work that I'm doing. Even now, if they make election between me and Anthony now, for make Magdalene choose, I'm sure say they vote for me. from the heart, they vote for me.
But that
Because
vote, I never see a ballot box and they put the vote.
I know.
ballot
They
box.
put on a ballot box for me. You understand? Because these guys are kidding cycling. They are just kidding the whole thing. Mr. Emmanuel, I'm the first time for meet you. If I dey talk about cycling, I dey direct you, waiting, I don't do then waiting I dey pan do. Check my website, Lonsa Cycling and Village Bicycle Project. You can see the work that I'm doing for my
I
country.
don't
Okay.
know the activities, trust me.
Oh, yes.
Cycling, it's more centered around Lonsar. It's on the inside and Lonsar. I'm like,
For visit Sierra Leone through cycling. So it's not that I'm powerful, I'm doing the right thing. You understand? Now, not talk of Congress. He actually say we are not members. But why is campaigning us? He's always calling us campaign. Me, because I know say in a member, don't campaign. I campaign. I meet him and place as Anthony. I need your support.
So now the campaign on ourselves.
The hard part, because I know he is a member, but he say we not a member, but they campaign with. Is that fact? Anyways, you know the media people, they get a lot of work for this. We need an interim body because even you, since many years, 2013, nothing in cycling, except like we are intervention, it can raise the life of the sport. People that know about cycling as alone. I connected with all the big medias in the world for promote cycling, both nationally and internationally. So with this, we need an interim body. With this executive, Anthony is still in cycling because he has nothing to point at for now. What has he done? He done like 30 years. It's fine. But what has he done? Whose platform we don't create? Many questions for the all. You understand? Maybe the same question people will tell me to ask them back. But there are a lot of the Congress.
Magdalene, we have to be straightforward and get a connective Congress and make it easy. We should not involve riders in the Congress. We're not going to involve riders. The club managers, two managers, you understand? Now then forget right, only at the Congress.
Now this the
But-
constitution say now on a team for changing the constitution. Because as the cycling constitution they now, women know now riders they vote. When I don't go into because if we want to do that, I forgot to into mini congress, forget that settled and bring
Okay,
club cycling.
Magdalene, over many years, this constitution problem for cycling, don't they? Over many years, of course, then couch closes them, then get them there. People are saying the constitution is not working, it's not correct, it's not this, it's XYZ. But I believe the law all sit on a round table, make a unanimous decision as a Sierra Leoneans. You understand? We all put it on a round table, we get a mutual understanding, say, team we go switch everybody. But in the constitution, when I count and so, we are all educated people. You go school, I go school, and the English is broad. When you say A, people have so many meaning for A, just the single letter A. You understand? So the constitution is there, but it has problem of which it don't be they exist. But come to the 21st century, the 21st century nowadays, there are things that wait for be changed, wait for be amend before the Congress. Because looking at we Salo constitution, maybe then they amend that every year. I like Then they amend that every year. The laws they will be get 1990 something. They need to work right now again. And they change them, develop them. But cycling constitution, it all pass alone. They're not for church. They're not for church. These are the hard facts. We salon constitution in the church every year. And they put new law and develop them. So, you know, under the media people then get lots of work for EPWI on this. You understand? Because internally, nobody know what accepts it. Now this. And it is fine. Like me, I create empowerment. I get a project, bicycle project. I employ my company, Salon brothers and sisters. They pay the women down. So I have been helping. I don't empower people in through cycling, and I still empower more. And with me work with bicycle, they change lives every day because for the year they donate past 1,000 bikes. So these are examples we want to see. Cycling are like a charity sport because for make you get sponsorship, it's hard nowadays. But you have to get the connection, you got to get the trust, because for make you put in money, Magdalene, is trust. Okay? For make somebody there abroad, they sponsor any program where they do that trust. And I they work with bigger organization where well trust me. So these are my points. You know, it's very hard and disappointing from people where we don't support now their situation, where we they feel say therefore no better. I say, okay, this time young man, they come hard for push the association. Now they say he is not a member, they are not member. But when they come for use people and they want for use win, I don't know more.
All right, Stylish. I see Anthony don't come. Anthony Stylish, they actually say you say it to a member, but they campaign them for vote for you.
Yes. Oh well, Stylish, I think say you get all things wrong because I call you with this course because I know say you not lover of cycling and you get things that where you do with cyclism and you get a club, of course, but I don't ever calling you say I need for let me see in person because I need for engage. Me, anybody where you love cycling, I get love for you and I always engage you. But waiting at the right thing we are supposed to say, no reason or the way I know for say. I put say because I know say with me conscience I say. The last time you come meet me, but talk to me, which I have been the hangout, and we get lengthy conversation. Just after that, the next day you go call which of particular firm, but the 40 voice note. I listen to your voice note, and I don't ever call you or attack you on that day because I not to that day na the attack you back, not to not get any impact to the create. For attack you back, not get no impact to the create. For that talk to you in person, let we engage together. And the two I tell you now that Stylish, the constitution say you get for don't be executive member before you qualify for be president. It write there boldly and clearly. You understand? The constitution at where they amend any other day. They amend at any time where they feel for amend them. But if that particular clause they not amend them yet, then you just got to go by the rules. What's in the constitution say? Then they're not to be in bias, not to be in anything. Another in support of Emil or Curtis. Nobody among them know the way they support. Now, but now with me and my conscience at the talk. You understand? The constitution make it clear. Say you for don't be executive member before ever. You dey vote yourself. Me, it's not about what you say. If they put me, you Magdalene go vote for you. Now they will like Magdalene in discussion already. Me to me, man, let's just take a chill pill, man. But the bottom line, that's the fact. Let's be calm and let me try to get things done. Then we able to fix cycling instead of we will put all things on hold because at the end of the day, no matter what, I want to get cycling president to get. I want to get association and I want to get cycling president to get. The success is me. I believe say Magdalene, Magdalene, but Kutiwa, what me say don't do inside cycling, including riding for the country. So, but not on another thing. Nobody knows the boss here. We talking about the Congress. And nobody not talking about past glory of president of Peter.
Wait.
Okay. Magdalene, let's just ask some question. One question. So Anthony, so now I'm a member. The only thing the constitution say, I don't be executive power stand for prayer. But now now me na member.
Yes,
Eh?
okay, listen. Okay, you asked the question, I
Okay, so
understand
now
you
me
right.
na member.
Okay,
Magdalene,
listen. I did
Anthony don't
not
approve the
say, let me
membership.
come, because they want to talk, you don't understand.
Before me not to be
Right?
member, now me na member.
No,
But Anthony
wait,
don't
wait, wait,
campaign
wait.
in 2016.
Stylish,
You can-
stylish, listen, stylish, listen. You don't ask the question, so allow me to answer. Yeah?
Yeah,
I not say you not member. I call you
yeah.
and discuss with you because I not say you not a lover of cycling and you own a group of people where they will start cycling. You understand? For me, that's okay. But I not say you not member. Now Solomon, when are the treasurer and I get the right for talk say you not member or you not a member. Now make them boldly and clearly what it talk say. I don't know who I'm a member, but I don't ever I'll get list in my possession where you name the band as a member. But if I see side for call you and engage to you with you together, no mean say I talk say you a member. No, not to me duty, not to me right for tell you say you a member. Now Solomon, now then right for tell you say you qualify and you a member. So no misquote me and no misinterpret me. Thank you. Hope you understand that.
Anthony, the campaign post you not a member. 2016, the campaign we back.
When
You say we not a member.
I campaigned to you in 2016.
Yes. You
Uh,
came here
I,
with Pastor Nicholson.
I believe say not to tweet talk because
Okay, love forget.
2016,
Love forget. It's like we
me
get some
campaign to
fun.
you.
Love forget. Okay.
All
Fine,
right.
let me go no
Okay.
more.
So, guys, the situation now at hand is the NOC don't ban Duna. I think we got a caller, but the NOC don't say they don't ban the election or they don't put them to all. What do they expect now from the NOC and the NSA? I'll start with you, Stylish.
We expect the NOC, the NSA, the Ministry of Sport for introduce an interim body for we. Where they leave it to Congress. That's all. That me want from them.
But Anthony.
But let's
All right, we don't lost Anthony. Okay, we they forget about this cycling talk now. We they forget about this cycling talk. Now we can go now to football. So they round up now. Waiting will be a message. I see you don't mention. I said the media for play a role, but to be honest, the people that for work honestly with Tuna, the NOC, the NSA, the Ministry of Sport, and the one that for be more honest. Now, una executive, una expired executive. That executive has been expired for over 7 years now. Their mandate don't expire. If I went crowd, I be the go now. They all for go in
Yeah.
any normal situation, in any normal setting.
Yeah.
If the president where they leave,
Yeah.
they don't say come out. Now all for go let interim body can take over. That's
Yeah,
the
and
only
then
way.
no one go. They want to map away back.
Yeah.
So Stylish, what did I round up message because we can talk football now.
Well,
We don't
me
have a
round up
right back.
message. me round up message. I still the appeal to the NSA, NOC, Ministry of Sports, and all the other big folks in our cycling following into this an interim body where they take we to Congress. Create a clear level of playing ground for everybody. You understand? Because Anthony Bengo they talk so they paid for contest with me. Because you know say at the bitter, then go vote me in Danam. So with that, now we get an interim body where they take me to Congress. That's my last word.
All right, thank you very much, and we hope to get you some other time in the show. We can talk
Thank
to
you very much.
Mohammed na England. He said a cyclist. we talk to Mohammed soon. Let the phone go the ring. But Emmanuel now we focus to football, and we see the transfer market really busy. Although not much for Sierra Leone players them, but we see it really busy, and one or two of the players them don't get clubs already show interest like Kalon. Okay, let's take this call. Hello, Mohammed.
Yeah, Magdalene.
Good day. So, man, this cycling issue don't they go on for on and on. What are you take as a former national cyclist and champion for the country? Hello, man. Hello, man.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Magdalene, they get me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, what is it?
I say, as a former cyclist, we ride bicycle for the country and a champion. You went to the Commonwealth Games. You represent Sierra Leone in World Champs. What do you think about the current situation in the association?
This is unusual, you know. It's like some.
Or we get issue with
Times,
yeah.
you know, because what you say, for cycling, we get for let's go. You get me?
Yeah, we get you now.
If we really love cycling, we get for let's go. Now we forget about all the past, the grievances and grudge. You understand? Because I know say this fight where they go on a personal something. And if this thing they go on like how they go on, so now the cyclists they suffer. And me, of course, when I know, I don't ride bicycle in that country for so long time. Yeah. You suffer or don't suffer. We know one the way they come right now, come for that same sufferness day. Because cycling and sports way it hard for do anyway. You understand? So this all these fights where they go on, because myself, I don't get anything for say right now. The only thing what I get for tell NOC or NSA Sports Council, they need to work out interim body. And this interim body where they couch, you understand? Let nobody where the Paris feds no can near that interim body. They don't need for couch, nobody there. Yeah. I want to talk on stylish on side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, now young man, he try, he do very well. Yeah, we all in at the game. We all spend. Me say they put money for cycling. Yeah, me not CEO of C2C cycling team, one of the biggest team in Africa right now. But the way this saga they go on, yeah, they're not good for the riders. Them, it's not good for we as a CEO, as a managers. Them, you understand? So, what me get for tell stylish say? Yes, I know say it at trending for let you to push them go before, then people in the push you aside. And me go tell stylish if he really like cycling, yeah, you understand? Again for let's go, yeah. Let's go in the sense mean again more time. Now, as waiting Anthony say, I'm no. They say they go pay to Crowder, and Crowder don't resign. Yeah, if you Crowder don't resign, as you place where you don't come out, the officer don't left the office, you tell you document them. If a man there don't go to you, don't go regularize, yeah, you have to come see them people are at the list of people that this way don't pay to me. When I look the money, treasurer or whatever sector, look the money. You understand? So tell me if you can't don't go give and day, yeah, let the treasurer come say, oh, can't not give me money. Let him the people that look for attacker. But then say for regularize, I'm not facing anybody good. From their side. I know they back nobody, I know they support nobody. It's I make out on a cycling. But I'm not gonna put on there before. I they talk on the cyclists on side right now. Yeah? So what do you want just say to NSA or Sports Council or this, that? Because this fight, you don't do this fight, they go on. We all long games, we all long tire, we all lost idea. We don't even know side for start right now. Because we see they get the bull mind for call election. Because some names and who are the see, to be honest, for me as cyclist, I don't ride. Yeah. People in video we don't ride. I don't know what you get for say. Yeah. Because Mrs. Everybody talks to me a victim. They don't make election 2 times where I supposed for votes. I remember they pay me monthly contribution. Yeah. They don't allow me for that vote. But I love cycling. I like cycling. I get passion for the sport.
Okay.
I go easy. Election go on them vote. Without winning, but they can never stop me for ride. You understand? Because it didn't end the way where this thing be happen. So if I for be fair to make a lala, the fair for still continue. But I'm not fair, I'm not doing anything. They walk me out 2 terms per Congress. I'm not saying anything. So you see, so then people are where them go pay to Crowder. You understand? Okay, now then they suffer. Ladies cyclists are so because majority of the cyclists them now they get for votes. as written in the constitution. Yeah. So if they don't tell and say, okay, now una name don't know una need for go meet. If una never go meet crowd, una forget about everything. Let them make the election. Ula can power, If they say Stylish not qualify, Stylish waits. It's right for Canada executive. Next year, by then this by then for remember about other election. If it's Stylish for Canada executive, he work. They get right for contest.
Okay. Okay,
So to be
Mohammed.
honest, Magdalene, this week everybody will be sweat.
Okay.
Everybody don't tire.
All right, Mohammed. Thank you for calling. And I think say the one way concern don't get your point. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right, the name now Mohammed, one of the tough cyclists there, Mohammed Toli, represents Sierra Leone Commonwealth, plenty other games and world champ as well. All right, let we forget about this cycling issue and let we can out to soccer or football. Emmanuel, waiting they go on at the transfer market. Let's start with the Salone players. Them we see few of them they get interest from clubs, like we see news about Mustafa Bunduwe, Parma. They show interest for sign. They want for take him up from in club winner Anderlecht. Remember, it's still there with Anderlecht, and then they on pre-season now, and it don't come up from Athos way now they do in loan spell the whole of last season. It don't return anyone for fit for a space, but clubs like Parma and Italy, Serie B, they come out for and we see other players like the Croton man where scoring first goal for Leon Star against Guinea-Bissau when Augusto Scabo Youssef get another interest we come from for snap him up where now one of the clubs then we come up to the Serie A from Italy. They look forward for see if they go snap him up for Brian Camden squad when Augusto Scabo and the likes of Issa Kalon where Konaya Sport be don't show interest but they're not sign a mate. And you know, lots of other players there, even Steven Coker also, we see Athens, you know, the Greek giant club also show interest in
Yeah, Magdalene, you see, this is a big move for the players then. Now you don't see why very important, like will always be seen in the big stage. And whatever time you're called upon to serve in that 19 minutes, make sure you do it in diligence and put up your utmost best. Because you don't know that they watch you. Now this we can always say now on football. And we both as they really they try in the international stage. It's a big pride for we. Like we will see interest like things like from Parma, Napoli, do interest for we brothers them. They'll get there. They will get there definitely, and I'm sure say they can able make a better moves if they keep up with them form. We just want now for say like made a step up in games whereby we go see the licensed teams like the English Premier League teams they begin show better interest in with players than for play the La Liga and play the Serie A rather play in the Serie B. So this is a good move from there, and we sure see the way we step up and contract and therefore come to pass. Because I see the likes of like we captain Steven Coker, because they've been doing a training session with Anderlecht, you know, it's Fenerbahce again.
Yeah,
And
Fenerbahce.
for me to take that move, they go out. It's yeah.
Because now in parent club
Yeah.
and
So
returning there is good, be able to get for fit for in space because he is spending in season with Gaziantep and returning back, and now we see you know AEK Athens don't show interest for signing with a couple of other clubs them inside Turkey as well. We want for get them. And like I say, Mustafa Bundu, Parma Calcio expressed interest for sign and you know, lots of, but the issue is we get a lot of players and also they on they're not free agents at the moment. Like we the former Leon Star captain when Umaru Bangura a day as a free agent, and according to news we've been getting club don't release him when Zamax and Issa Kalon also na a free agent. Esi Kumbo we don't release him, and clubs and they look out for sign him. Augustus Kagbo as well. They you know they look for option for left Croton, and you get Idris Kanu way in club na Peter Borough na England, instead they look for an option. The likes of some of them, then clubs then go renew their contract, but at the moment they not sign it. You know, the Ibrahim Silla, David Sisse, Winston Sisse, Abdul
Yeah.
Bangura, Chijam Brahma, Daniel Francis, Abubakar Kagbo, and more. These are a whole lot of players where, you know, you look at saying that the new generation, some of them are the new generation Leon Stars players as well.
Yeah, and indeed, we get for Naku Magdalene, because most of them are still very young and then get more energy than Tank. And in terms of the contract basis, yeah, because like most more than 2 years contract. Like for real, like in Australia, like most in a 1 year contract and they get every player. So like when this year done, when this depend on your utmost performance, going into the preseason after you come holiday or during the preseason, they can call him you another extension of your contract. So like most of the league teams in that's what they do. Like it's a season contract. The season done, the other season kind of renew again and call you, put you pen and paper again, and depends on your performance. So I show most of them and teams the way they play the second division, so most of them can do, because I know we can hold you for up to 3-4 years. Then I know they get the best out of you. So it's a seasonal thing. So like within this time frame when they can do on this break, they can try for renew most of them contract. Then for some we're not able to get contract back, it can easy like then team therefore do other tryouts there. Like teams that can on the preseason tour, you get out with them and you end up for pickup contract. So ends the most important, you able to get a club, a contract from a club. It is show in your system. It's easy for me to able to get another next contract. So most of them players the way actively they play. Trust me, Magdalene, they're gonna switch over. Just unfortunately, like for the captain, like we're not gonna get enough of playing time. And as we all know, age-wise again, on the tell now, except him step up into other leagues then, but for play within that European level now, it will be very, very challenging for him. Yeah.
All right, that's for the salon players, but other players that way they do well, like Augustine Williams, you know, for Charleston Battery, they score goals, banging the goals, you know, instead in game they up at the moment, and now one of the players that way don't step up in game. But inside the international transfer, we see big news yesterday. We've been made that Cristiano Ronaldo asked Manchester for accept any, you know, favorable offer we go coming for anyone first. But there are a lot of questions we don't come in. Some people they look at say and probably they push the club for do more signing as the club very slow in the transfer market. Others they look at them say one for protecting Champions League image. Like, you know, getting signing them with the one they will sign with the different and get reason for that, and playing look in the low level as Europa go affect them, would then contract them there. So what do you think about this Ronaldo in saga with Manchester United?
And to be sincere, Magdalene, Ronaldo in saga with Manchester United, not centered around player signings. It's not centered around some of these players. It's about their brands, okay? Because most of them, like, then they play. We either play the Champions League. The brand, your brand, they go more. So like Ronaldo, they look at and the brands the way they do for make it play lower leagues. It will affect them one way or the other. It's a business logically. These are inside businesses. So you can see like some athletes, they even will like tempt for retire. They can refuse for retire at that time because of the brand the contract when they go with certain brands there. And say, okay, if you retire this time, this is what you're gonna lose. So there are times some of them players that they can look at the brands and can discuss it. We're gonna give you this contract, but we need you for the play so competition. You just start like tennis, you get some brands and go tell you, say, what you do within the first 10 ranking, you will get Nike the way you're gonna go come and sponsor you. If you're not within the first 10 ranking, there's no way you're able to get them sponsors than they. So most of them players that you get for look at them, then brand and clauses the way they can sign to. Can tell us we need you now for play the Champions League. we need you for day into this type of leagues there for player. So you will see like Ronaldo maybe not that they look at presently. The brands the way they play on that like may not play in the Champions League. What am I gonna lose? And taking into consideration is about 37 now. So maybe he's weighing the sides of it. So for me, like it's not about players surrounding Manchester United. Trust me, Magdalene, you guys have a very good squad. I can tell anybody that. And with the technical good coach, Teng is a very good coach where don't come. It just need to put some energy into that team. So like me, I can always say, let me give the coach them tax for do their job. But also you get for another, you get some big players there whereby then contract the waiting they can tie around. It can very difficult for all them. So that one of the key things we may look at surrounding Ronaldo in brands.
Okay, so lots of suggestion that Anthony from Ajax might be the possible replacement for Ronaldo based on the fact that the club been done, they put pressure for get the player. And Manchester United and Man City are set to battle for Bayern Munich winger Serge Gnabry. Chelsea will be told they will not be able to re-sign Nathan Ake for a bargain fee. Mohamed Salah was prepared to move to Chelsea before signing new Liverpool deal. Juventus target Roberto Firmino. Well, look, guys, the paper talk quick one. I we urge Manchester United to replace Cristiano Ronaldo with Ajax Brazil forward Anthony if the Portugal international is about to force his departure from the club for a second time. Manchester United have made a 39.6 million pound offer for Ajax defender Lisandro Martinez in a bid to blow Arsenal out of the running for the Argentina international. Juventus are keen to sign Roberto Firmino, and the Italian club reckon they can snap him up for less than 20 million pounds as he has just 1 year remaining on his contract. Arsenal could have battled on their hands to keep Gabriel should Chelsea complete a move for Juventus centre-back Matthias de Ligt this summer. Liverpool are planning talk with Roberto Firmino and his representatives in the next few weeks to gauge his interest in staying at the club, with the likelihood of cashing in on him this summer if he indicates he would like to pursue a new challenge, potentially at Juve. Lot of other news coming in, and Kudi Gakpo is keen to test his talent outside the Netherlands, and the 40 million pound rated PSV Eindhoven winger already had interest from Leeds United and Arsenal, among other clubs. Raheem Sterling is preparing for life away from Manchester City, as reports suggest he has opened negotiations over the sale of 4.5 Cheshire home to England teammate Trent Alexander-Arnold. Alex Telles could be the next player to leave Manchester United once they have secured the signing of Malaysia from Feyenoord. And Mo Salah was prepared to move to Chelsea before his new deal made him the highest paid player in Liverpool history. That's all one now. Lots of news here with Christian Eriksen getting 150,000 pound per week contract offer from Manchester United. Have reportedly agreed to offer Christian Eriksen 150,000 pounds per week contract, but it is said the midfielder want to wait and see who else Eric Ten Hag brings to Old Trafford. Everyone is waiting. And Inter Milan defender Stefan De Vrij has emerged as one of Manchester United's top transfer targets. Man City will tell Chelsea to forget about re-signing centre-back Nathan Ake on the cheap. Arsenal have reportedly contacted Benfica over a possible deal for Alex Grimaldo, having missed out on the signing of Aaron Ake. Arsenal have opened talks with the representative of Lille midfielder Amadou Onana over a possible transfer this summer. Okay. More news. Arsenal are struggling to find a taker for club record 72 million pounds signing Nicolas Pepe, and might have to allow him to leave on loan despite reportedly reducing their asking price to £24 million. And that's it. Barcelona reportedly close to agreeing a deal with Chelsea to sign Marcos Alonso, but their chase of Cesar Azpilicueta has become complicated. Barcelona reportedly hope to allocate £172 million to spend on 4 players during the summer transfer window, with Xavi keen to sign Robert Lewandowski, Bernardo Silva, Rafinha, and Jules Koundé. So Emmanuel, quick one. What thing I take about the transfer and the rumors them so far?
For me, one of the shocking one I feel like for we Arsenal, this we player Gabriel, big highs on from Juventus, because chain it all left. They go America for go play football, and so therefore teams like Juventus with them pull voice for you play, you get for begin tremble. So it is likely that we might lose him to Juventus because they look at as a key replacement for him. And it is obvious that Arsenal might lose them. And that's a big kudos again to Liverpool for me. They're able to extend the contract of Mo Salah. Because if they for me don't lose Mo Salah and they lost Firmino, would definitely affect their attacking formation. Because losing 2 key strikers, we don't pair for years, for me, very challenging for them this year. But Klopp will keep on to that player. We're very instrumental. And for Manchester United, I think when I need for you the coach, a will go. Because normally I can tell people it's not about the number of players where you sign. It's about the team football where you will get. Because you know about signing, so you need the team players. Magda leave now for sign players, PSG them for the win everything. But you need people where for play team football. And if you watch waiting Tengdu na Ajax, that team football in the play. So maybe that's what. And if you listen, I read some comment like some people say get shows with the coach, and the coach tell us any can rebuild. A rebuild you the rebuild. That don't mean to say you not get a Champions League focus or a Champions League drive. A rebuild in the sense you want a sustainable success where you be able to win this year, win next year, and continue for win. That's it. So United, normally people are like,
yeah, but
discouraged.
Emmanuel, the other one is like being dealt a crushing blow in their pursuit for Frankie De Jong, with Barcelona president Joan Laporta insisting the midfielder is not for sale. And this Frankie De Jong player don't cause a lot of noise, they come. Personally, I think they can play the way Manchester can sign and they perform well.
Yeah, because me to be sincere, the way exactly, and then the way we don't hype Frankie De Jong, me not sound like that type of player we want for hype. I think if we're easy on January, we're go get them for less money.
Yeah. Chelsea hope of signing Rafinha from Leeds appear to be over after a new report revealed the Brazilian winger would rather stay put than join the Blues. Wow. Chelsea have suffered another transfer blow from Barcelona after they reached an agreement with Ousmane Dembele over a new contract. Manchester United and Chelsea then so get bad luck this window. Tottenham are closing in on a deal to land Barcelona defender Clement Lenglet as they look to continue their summer spending spree. Emmanuel, low we round up now because we're not able to talk all. But Arsenal reported interest in Leicester star Yuri Talisman has faded, and now Manchester United have been placed on high alert with his future unclear. And Raheem Sterling has held positive talks with Chelsea boss Thomas Tuchel as his £45 million moves from Man City edge closer. That's now another big one with Raheem Sterling wanted to join Chelsea.
Raheem Sterling not a bad player, and one of the most successful players within the English Premier League. And within time we don't spend Man City, at least he don't achieve a lot. So if you want to forget another head change, I think it's a good replacement. It will be a very good mix into Chelsea, because Chelsea miss shots a caliber of player in another attack. The likes of Lukaku, we don't go out of the system, and you bring Sterling, that will push up the attack very, very strong. Than him staying in Man City, losing more game time. I think if he come into Chelsea, he'll be able to get more game time than staying in Man City. It's because he has already achieved everything in Man City. He need that another drive, that hunger for coming to Chelsea, and that's going to push his career.
And not achieve all things, not win Champions League.
No, within the England level, at least within the English level, you don't win everything there. So maybe one count the Champions League, second inside Chelsea, winner.
All right, thanks, Emmanuel. Well, we go tap and day for today as the cycling man and take a lot of time. And Emmanuel join we as usual every Sunday. They come up with this show. It's a bit difficult today because I get a bit of sick. I sick a bit, and just the cough and all. I need the rest. So, Emmanuel, what will be round up message for this week as we go now?
We end up messing that towards Eastern Lions and this saga where they continue. That I mean, they really just see part of this part when you've been talking concerning the license. So Abraham been talk about, and it states that the CAF regulation in terms of the application. One part we talk say Magda goes, it's a copy of the club license issued by the concerned federation stating the club meets the club licensing. And also, it's not only about the club licensing, it's also required that the coaches and for them clubs need to get a CAF license. So each club where they participate in them, yes, each coach where they participate in that CAF competition need to get a license. If they not get a license, then they are not qualified.
No, I think that don't be settled because Emmanuel, what in the FAB do, they make sure say them bring that lot to the Salon Premier League, whereas every of the 18 Premier League clubs, you for sure say you coach gets the CAF license A before you day at the bench or something above that. Like if you get the European license, but you forget a license we equivalent to the license A. So that's for now a lot of the coaches now the Salon Premier League where they coach the clubs they are license A holders. But there are a lot of teams we encompasses the club license we got for do it. The team where they go to CAF, if you get your own venue, you get certain things that we forget. That's the reason you see the projects now, the Bo the Bo Southern Arena, because you forget your own venue. You get certain things that you forget a female club. If you look now, Lions just they call for small picking them waiting for begin for trade. And FC Cologne get them female club now. I don't know, but Bo Rangers if they get the female club, but that's not all part of the club license system.
Yeah. So that's very good, Magdalene. And for me again, I want to say congratulations to FC Cologne. We will get this opportunity, and we all always know so we can prove the nation right, and we always get it for flag with nation high. So when I watch out for we, I will make Salon proud. So all the viewers out there, I wish you a blessed week. And when I continue to follow. All right, Magdalene, stay blessed.
Yeah, always check our website at www.maxdrivingsport.com for all the latest local sport news about Sierra Leone and get the best and read well. Okay, now so we'll go say bye-bye. Thanks for following and thanks for watching. Have a blessed Sunday.